All right, I'm a little behind on this one, so I apologize, guys. I should have got this out last night, but the Bears did start making their first wave of roster trimming, starting cutting down to the 53-man roster, which we know needs to be done by Tuesday at 4 o'clock Eastern. Here's a look at the Bears transaction list right now. Just a screenshot. You can see we placed Terrell Smith on the reserved injured list, cut Swayze Bozeman, Chris Glazer, Thomas Gordon, Mark Perry, Samori Torrey, Jeremiah Walker, and Royce Freeman now, but he's not listed on here. But that was officially done over Twitter. I'm sure they'll update it tomorrow or today. I'm recording this late at night to get it out to you guys first thing in the morning. So that's the first wave of cuts. There's bound to be a lot more today. As we sit now, we're sitting at 81 on the 90-man roster. Need to get that down to 53. So here is a look at the upcoming schedule. You can see that is set to be done by August 26th, which is Tuesday by 4 Eastern. And then the first wave of waiver wire for cut players, they can be claimed. That's for players that are tenured. So those that aren't on rookie contracts, there's a lot of rules that go into that, but that's August 27th. We're not going to go into that right now. Then opening weekend kickoff 4th through the 8th. The Bears obviously play the last game of that week, Monday Night Football, September 8th. And then week 2 at the Lions, week 3 at home versus the Cowboys, week 4 at the Raiders, and then we get our bye week. So let's run through, and this includes so this is not 90, man. This is a crap ton of men in this list here. But let's run through each positional group like we like to do on this channel, and I'm going to show you. Let's make me really small. I like to be on screen for some reason. I'm sorry if that's a weird niche of mine. But here's all the players we've had through the preseason, the ones that are on the IR now and cut. Deion Hankins is on the IR. Roshan could end up there. We'll see what happens there. Britton Brown actually has a shot of making this roster because of his size. He could become the new Roshan. If Roshan gets injured, if he goes to the IR, you could end up with really weird combination here. Royce Freeman was cut late last night, though, so he is off the roster. As we move to the linemen, the only one cut so far is Chris Glazer. You should see some more of those cut today, though. And then to the receivers and tight ends, you've got Samori Torrey. John Jackson was cut previously. Thomas Gordon, and then Jordan Murray was cut previously as well. So a lot of cut downs still to go here as well. And then we get to the defensive line. The only one cut so far was, and this is a while ago before. So we cut Jeremy Robinson, and then we signed Tano Pesson. So there's still some work to go there on the defensive line. I would expect some of these to be cut today as well. Swayze Bozeman was cut yesterday. Jeremiah Walker was cut yesterday. Now, remember, those who are asking, where's Kyler Gordon? I put the box on this screen. So this is a little off if you're looking at the next screen and just looking at all the defensive backs. But Kyler Gordon, Josh Blackwell, Nick McLeod, Jeremiah Walker, those are the ones that were our lineup in the slot primarily this offseason. Kyler Gordon obviously not playing at all this preseason, but that was our slot guys. Jeremiah Walker has been cut, and then our other cornerbacks. This is where it gets interesting. It's really thin here at our cornerbacks because Terrell Smith is now on the IR. You got Jalen Johnson, Zay Frazier, who hasn't played at all. In fact, was absent from the team until the last couple days. Are we going to hang on to him for a roster spot? I have no freaking clue right now. But Tyreek Stevenson, Nashawn Wright. And Nashawn Wright has not played well at all. So do we keep Nick McLeod but move him over, to the outside and not in the box, not in the slot, but as an outside corner? Obviously, Jalen Johnson and Tyreek Stevenson are going to start. But could we sign someone at corner? I think it's very possible. And you got your safeties. We've got, right behind me here, Mark Perry was cut today, so we'll leave me right there. Caleb Hayes, Millard Bradford made it through the first wave. Tysheem Johnson made it through the first wave. Alex Cook, Jonathan Owens, Elijah Hicks. As you guys know, I think Jonathan Owens is on borrowed time, but maybe the Bears don't see it that same way. So a lot of safeties to cut down. We got 8, and we'll probably only keep 4. So 4 of those guys are probably left to go. Then you got the special teams. You got Cairo Santos, Torrey Taylor, Scott Daly, Luke Elkin. Jonathan Kim was cut over a week ago. So if you look at the total list right here of what we have left, this is not including the IR because the IR does not count for your 90 or your 53-man roster. Obviously, you can carry guys on the IR when they have to come off. Then you're going to have to make some adjustments. But you've got here quarterback 4 of them, running back 6, wide receiver 10, tight end 5, offensive line 15, defensive line 15, linebacker 7, cornerback 7, safety 8, and special teams 4. And what you're going to end up seeing when we're all said and done, quarterback 2 or 3, it's not a given we're all kind of assuming Case Keenum is going to be on the 53-man roster. And that's not a given at this point, especially signing Tyson Bagent long term, well, short term, but to an extension at least. We could just keep 2. Running backs you usually see about 4, but with the injuries, could you see a 5th, or some guys go to the IR? We'll have to wait and see. Wide receivers, 5 or 6, likely 6 this year, I would expect, with Devin Duvernay basically being a lock for special teams. If we don't keep Duvernay, you could see us just keep 5 wide receivers. Tight ends, probably just 3. That's most likely scenario. It's rare to see a 4th kept. Offensive line, 9 or 10. Usually the Bears keep 10, but Ben Johnson's never kept more than 8 or 9. So that'll be interesting to see there too. Defensive line, usually 9, usually 4 defensive tackles, 5 defensive ends, but we've got a really unique situation with the defensive ends, and I think you can see us sign one more. Linebackers, 5 or 6, usually just 5. Cornerbacks, usually 6, and we only have 7 left on the rosters. That's why I think we might sign one more there. Safeties, 4, and special teamers, 3. So that's what you should see when we end up at the end of this 53-man roster. So let's scroll through here real quick again. Here's your safeties and your cornerbacks, minus on the next page is your nickelbacks as well. So we'll move this back to the top. So Josh Blackwell, Kyler Gordon, Nick McLeod, you might see all 3 of those guys make the roster. And then, is Zay Frazier going to make it above somebody else? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Linebackers, got 7 of them left. Power Eccles, I really think has a shot to make this team, but will he make it over Noah Sewell or Amen Ogbongbemiya? I doubt it. I doubt. Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. Then you've got your defensive tackles and defensive ends, and this is more clean cut. You're probably going to see everyone on these 2 lines make it, probably Daniel Hardy as well. And then are we going to sign somebody else? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But more roster cuts to come today. Receivers and tight ends, obviously, Ja'Day Walker is the darling of this year's offseason. So he should make it, in my opinion, over Tyler Scott, but we'll have to wait and see there. And those who don't know, Ja'Day Walker was the number 1 graded wide receiver for us this preseason, as well as the number 1 graded special teams player. So he wasn't just a one-trick pony on wide receiver against 3s and 2s. He was the number 1 graded special teams player. And that last tackle of the game, he made that tackle, and it wasn't just one. He made several plays on special teams. So Ja'Day Walker should make this roster. There's your offensive lineman, and really, I think it is those top 10 right there. That way, the top 10 will probably make it. Maybe minus Karan Amagaji and insert Theo Bennett. It's going to be fun to watch, see what happens here with the Bears. Then you got your running backs and quarterbacks. So that's what we got. That's what we got so far for cutdowns. Royce Freeman gone. You can see Deion Hankins under the IR. Chris Glazer gone. Samori Torre, John Jackson, Thomas Gordon, Jordan Murray gone. Jeremy Robinson gone. Swayze Bozeman, Jeremiah Walker, Mir Speed, Major Burns, Mekhi Garden. Of course, some of these were done earlier. Tavarius Ward and Mark Perry with Terrell Smith and Sean Wade on the IR. Jonathan Kim gone as well. So that's it. We'll keep you updated. There will probably be multiple videos today because there will be more cuts that happen. And then obviously Carl and I are going to get on together on Tuesday and talk about it after the cuts are done. And we'll discuss our thoughts on the process the Bears are going through and the decisions they made on who to keep and which one's going to upset us, because someone is for sure going to get cut from this roster. It happens every year that we don't want to be cut. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Happy new week. Happy Monday. Big news coming, big things coming. We'll keep you updated. Until next time, appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe. The Bears, and bear down. Bear down!